Hi Gino, I'm Barbara Gukin and I'm here to talk to you about Article 72 for town meeting. I'm a member of the Nantucket Energy Committee and we've put together a proposal to start a municipal electric aggregate for the town of Nantucket. And what that means is 2 years ago at town meeting 04, the voters approved starting the Energy Committee, which really the main goal of that was to be able to contract cheaper electric rates for the whole island. So in the past year, since we've started the Energy Committee, we've gone through a process of learning where we've discovered you have to start an aggregate in order to do that. So basically the aggregate would be the legal entity that would allow us to contract rates for the entire island.
Where would you get these rates from?
Well, once the aggregate is started, they would work with consultants that could shop around and find the best rates. It could be really anywhere in the country that we could sign a contract with an energy producer. The electricity, of course, would still be distributed through Nantucket Electric, known as National Grid. So we'd still have the same distribution. We would just be able to contract a better rate. So it would be cheaper than the default rates for electricity.
Why isn't Nantucket Electric allowing us to do this anyway?
Well, Nantucket Electric's job is really just a distributor. Okay. And it wasn't until '97 that the state allowed towns and municipalities and counties to go out and shop on their own for electricity. So this is sort of a new thing. There aren't a lot of towns that have done it yet. There is a group of towns on Cape Cod and the Vineyard that have come together and formed their own aggregate called the Cape Light Compact, but we can't join that. We are through National Grid and they are through NSTAR. So we've decided to try to start our own, and we need town meeting approval to move ahead with the plan.
Would it cost money? Would it, aside from the fact that we'd have to hire, did you say, hire a firm?
There is a startup amount of money in order to get through the public hearings. There are hearings where we have to have lawyers involved and consultants who come with the Energy Committee, go up to the Department of Telecommunications and Energy and get through the process of going through hearings with the state in order to form this. But all that would happen after we get town meeting approval. So we really aren't going to move ahead with anything like that until we get the voter response. There are fees moving along as far as once there is an aggregate. There are some salaries. There will be people that run the aggregate. It won't be run by the Energy Committee. There will be employees that run that. So they would be town employees. And that would actually pay for itself. In the money that we would save? Yeah, the town savings would be pretty big. It would definitely cover the employee salaries. There's also a surcharge on everyone's electric bill already that's called a conservation surcharge. And what that surcharge does right now is everyone pays this amount of money and it goes to National Grid, and they're supposed to be educating us on ways to save money. So you're paying them to teach you how to save money. But if we start our own aggregate, that money can come back to the aggregate instead of going to National Grid. That's about $300,000 a year. So it's a substantial amount of money that everyone's paying, and we aren't really seeing a lot of result for that.
So do you see us actually substantially saving, each homeowner saving money by doing something like this?
Yeah, I think in the first year each homeowner might save like $60, might be something like that. It's not a lot because it would grow over time. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that that money that we talked about, that surcharge, would come back to the aggregate, that money can be used in other ways to also benefit the ratepayers. So there's more than just the cost savings on your electric. There are other ways to make it beneficial for Nantucketers.
Is it all about saving money?
Most of it is, because even in conservation, those are ways to save money too. Right now, the Energy Committee has spent the last year getting the town of Nantucket on a contract. So they are signed up with a provider right now, and they're saving some money. But of course, if we can envelop all of the residents as well, then there would be more people on the contract, and it would be even a better contract, and the residents would be able to save money, which is really why we want to start the aggregate.
So town meeting, we'll vote it.
Town meeting, yep.
And you'll get up and tell us again.
Yeah, and we'll bring people who are smarter and know more about it. We have a consultant who's been working for free with us for the last year, and he'll have a lot more details. It's pretty involved, but basically we just want the approval to move ahead. So once there is approval to move ahead, there will still be public hearings to give more information and more details and an actual plan to implement it.
Okay, thank you, Barbara.
Okay, thanks, Gino.